And we're back. You tuned into Sport Federation TV. I'm Mlungisi Ch263. Joining me now, once again from the Cape Winelands, we have Cape Winelands SAFA, who are here to tell us about recent developments with the sport in the Cape Winelands area. Mlungisi, Bushwana, and Linda Mase are joining us. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Now, you are involved as administrators in the Cape Winelands area. What's your areas of responsibility specifically for SAFA?
My name is Mlungisi Bushwana. I'm the president of SAFA Cape Winelands and overseeing everything that happens within football in the Cape Winelands region.
Right. And you?
My name is Linda Mase. I'm the Secretary General of the region. Basically, I'm responsible for the administration, the running of the office, registration, and also to support all the various portfolios that does football development and promotion.
Okay. And how is football structured in the Cape Winelands?
Football in the Cape Winelands is structured in the same way that the municipalities are structured. We have different local football associations. In the Cape Winelands, we have about 5 of them, which are the Breda Valley, which is the Worcester and the surroundings, and then you have Drakensberg, and you have Langeberg, Stellenbosch, and Witzenberg. So that's how football is then structured within the Cape Winelands area.
And then each area would have, or each zone would have their leagues, and the leagues would play against each other in a provincial championship and those kind of things. Hey.
Firstly, it's organized on a regional basis. Then from the region, we have a regional team that also competes in the provincial activities or events as a region, Cape Winelands region.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
But it starts from the grassroots, which is the clubs, the local football association having their teams, and within the region having inter-LFAs, where we pick our team for the region that will compete in the province.
Right. I mean, the prospects are amazing, Linda, for soccer players, for the youth that excel in soccer. And you, the Secretary General, usually the Secretary General knows everything, in the organization, arguably the most important person in the organization. So with soccer being one of the most popular sports in the world, in our country as well, you must have some pretty impressive numbers in the Cape Winelands in terms of how many kids or even adults are playing this sport.
Definitely we do. It's kind of interesting that you're asking that question, because we recently had our inter-LFAs, which was only focusing on under 13s, boys and girls, under 15 and under 17s. On that one day only, we managed to attract about 350 players. So in that small division only, which is juniors. So we're looking at more than 2,000, 3,000 kids playing in the region, because we have various league structures from juniors to women to senior football.
Wow!
So it's kind of interesting, and it's developing year in year out. It's coming very well.
Yeah. Mlungisi, what would you say is the reason soccer has such a massive pull? I mean, historically, definitely one of the most popular sports in the world, and it's still drawing those numbers. Why do you think that is?
I think most of it's the passion that people have of football, and the desire, some of them to have football as a career at the end, and also because it opens lots of opportunities as a young person. You can either be an administrator or even be an official or a player. That is, you can see the type of salaries that are paid to the players that are there. So football has had that force of attracting people from a younger age, playing in those streets, playing with those plastic balls in those streets.
Yes.
And then it develops from there.
Yes,
You know.
yes, absolutely. And especially now with all of us glued to our screens, watching the World Cup, watching a bunch of millionaires chase a ball, it's very inspiring.
Yes,
Hey, very
true.
inspiring for, and I'm sure the kids are also very excited about the World Cup there in the Cape Winelands.
Definitely, every day they eat, sleep, eat football these days.
Yeah, yeah. So, what are your development programs like now for the youth, the women, and the schools? Because I know the women's football is growing phenomenally in the country at large.
Definitely, we have a very structured kind of setup when it comes to football development, which also ties in very well with national, provincial. So at competition level, we have a regional women league that is playing. So we have various teams from each LFA forming up the regional league. We also have a women's league in each LFA that are playing, especially in some more structured LFAs. Then we will have junior leagues as well, as I've indicated. But most importantly, as the president alluded before, is that we have regional events that look at getting the talents from all those LFA to form regional teams so that they can have opportunities for trialing in provincial further to national levels. Same with women, there's a SASOL league promotion opportunities when you play in a regional league. So the prospects are there and the structure is there in terms of our leagues. Not only on football front, we also have programs to train referees. We recently in May we had SAFA D licenses where we afford teachers, we afford local coaches to be trained by qualified instructors. So the idea is that not only on football, on the field, also on administration, we have various kind of programs that looks at holistic football development in terms of in their region. So we're doing very well. We're proud of ourselves.
Wow. Mlungisi, he mentioned the K Motsepe Cup that's coming. Is there any other events that people can come out and support and watch or come and check out the local talent in Cape Winelands?
We do have various events, and this year we were opting to have even the school leagues running, because that has been a problem in the past. We've been busy with tournaments without an official league that is running within schools, because I think that's where the pool of future players lie. So if we don't start with the grassroots, then we won't get to where we want to be as football in the country. So we have inter-LFAs, that is the local football association playing against each other. We will also have leagues for the schools that will play in those zones. Because the problem that we're encountering is transport whenever we organize events like this. So we've tried an approach of making sure that we zone the schools, so that it can be easy to travel from one school to another in order to play a game for that league. So that's the approach that we're having. We also have events that we organize, especially in August. We have a Women's Day tournament that is coming up, that we annually organize. And would like everybody to come and support such initiative, because women's football has been not on the same level as the men's football. So women's football, the focus is also on developing women's football.
Yes.
And that's why we would like to encourage everybody to come and support women football.
And there's also amazing prospects for women footballers who excel as well. I know not too long ago, last year, the South African women's football team did very well in the events that they participated in. Now, one hurdle you spoke about is obviously transport to get the kids to where they need to be. And I've had the privilege of interviewing some of your peers from SAFA in the other regions. One of the issues they raised was the need for coaches in football. Is that something you currently also grappling with, or have you managed to get a hand on that?
We are aware of it. We are also in phases of addressing it. As I've indicated, that in May we had a training of about 30 local coaches, but it's not a once-off thing.
Yes.
It's something that we do gradually, because we also, as the president said, school football is one element, women football is one element. So as you develop the competitions, the leagues, also the coaches become very important, because you want quality football at the end of the day. So it's definitely those programs are in plan in terms of rolling out in this year as well, to have women focused coaching trainings, also educators focused training as well.
Yes. So then another area you're looking to is recruiting people with the expertise in the football world to come on board. Hey.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Okay, how can people get in touch with you both, or with your committee or your organization, if they'd like to support or like to affiliate?
We have affiliate members. If you're based in Stellenbosch area, Kayamandi, there's a local football association. Be in touch with your local football association in terms of how to join their local structures. Also in Langeberg, there's a structure there, Witzenberg, Drakensberg, in all those areas that the president have counted, they have SAFA Winelands affiliates. So people based in those areas must just contact their secretaries there, and then they'll be part of the structure. Other than that, for more information, our regional office is based in Worcester. The number is 023-345-2783, or you can contact via an email address, safacapewinelands@gmail.com, or follow us on Facebook, SAFA Cape Winelands, as well as Twitter, SAFA Winelands.
Oh, definitely. You probably have Instagram as well. Hey?
Not yet. That's still coming.
It's coming.
Yes.
Well, very nice to meet you both. I wish you all the best. We always are so grateful to the administrators that volunteer their time to develop the youth and give them an alternative and a better life, the prospect of a better life. We wish you all the best, and please come back and share more news with us.
We'll definitely
Thank you very much for allowing us this opportunity.
Okay, thank you again. Okay. After the break, we'll be back with another amazing sport. We'll be talking transplant sport. And if you don't know what transplant sport is, you are in for a treat. And you must keep your cell phones ready, because that Bashes competition is coming up a little bit later. We'll be back right after the break.